covering an impressive 200,000 acres, 80,937 hectares. In Virginia, Shenandoah National Park offers breathtaking mountains that reach as high as 3,000 feet, 914 meters. Skyline Drive, a road running north to south, winds through the area, revealing its natural beauty and secrets. Unfortunately, this park also has a darker side, with reports of people going missing. Since the formation of the National Park Service in 1916, over 1,000 people have disappeared in various parks, and at least a few of these cases occurred in the Shenandoah Mountains of the Appalachians. While some are found safe after a few days or weeks, others are never seen again. The causes of these disappearances remain unknown, and tales of cryptids in the area abound. Whether it be due to extreme weather, misadventures, or other unknown forces, the tragedy of vanishing into the wild remains. Number 10. MN. In 1987, a 200-volunteer search was launched for a Shenandoah National Park ranger who had gone missing. It was known that MN was an avid hiker and had completed almost the entirety of the Appalachian Trail, measuring 2,910 plus miles, 4,683 plus kilometers. He had not reported to work for 2 days, prompting the investigation. His journal revealed he was severely depressed, and his family and friends stated he had a history of mental illness, though suicide was never mentioned. Later, searchers discovered his possessions, including clothing, a walking stick, a canteen, and empty drug containers. The drugs, when taken together in large amounts, could have caused hallucinations. After finding nothing, the search was scaled down to 50 people. Then, a father and son spotted MN hiking in his socks, heading south. The search expanded again to 280 volunteers, but yielded no new information. Then, MN's backpack, boots, pants, and a stick with his initials were found. Subsequent searches were fruitless, and one witness claimed to have seen a man matching MN's description wandering near Waynesboro. MN disappeared after being seen. Unfortunately, MN. Number 9. Henson Airlines passengers. In September 1985, a Henson Airlines commuter plane carrying 14 passengers took off from Baltimore Washington International Airport and crashed in Harrisonburg, Virginia on its way to Shenandoah Valley Airport. The fog was too thick for visibility and the plane's electronic guidance beam was not working properly, causing the pilots to report that the plane would be late. 15 minutes after it was due, the plane disappeared from the radar. Initially, airline workers were not overly concerned as this often happens when planes dip below the Blue Ridge. But when it never reappeared, they started to worry. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, had allowed the plane to land if the pilot could see Shenandoah Valley Airport from a half-mile away. Unfortunately, the plane is believed to have crashed into the west side of Skyline Drive's wooded mountains and no trace of the passengers was ever found. Number 8. Donald Donnie Wentz. In 1992, Donnie Wentz, a young boy, became separated from his church group during an outing to the park. He was only wearing a light jacket and a Dallas Cowboys sweatshirt. Despite the harsh environment and cold temperatures, Donnie managed to survive for 2 days by sheltering under leaves and eating Butterfingers. He even received a sandwich from elderly hikers who were unaware he was lost. Rangers were concerned about Donnie's lack of hiking experience, but he managed to hike during the day and sleep beneath rock overhangs at night, covered with leaves and sticks. He even attempted to catch the attention of a helicopter which was flying overhead, but the thick vegetation prevented him from being seen. Eventually, Donnie encountered a park ranger, who then placed him in a warm vehicle and called for a paramedic to examine him. At the University of Virginia Hospital, it was discovered that he only had a few cuts on his knees, some scrapes on his legs and minor hypothermia. Donnie also mentioned feeling stiffness in his neck and back. He told the rangers he had been trying to beat his friends to the parking lot, which is why he had taken the 7-mile route and got lost. Number 7. David Wayne Harding. In September 2017, Shenandoah National Park reported that trails were temporarily shut down in order to search for a 62-year-old man, David Wayne Harding. The report specified that Harding had gray hair, brown eyes, and drove a Dodge Dakota pickup with Virginia tags, which had a dent on its rear passenger side. Photos of Harding usually showed him with a full beard, but police noted he may have shaved. Harding had gone missing on August 25, 2017, from Front Royal, Virginia, near the park. Due to Harding's glaucoma in one eye and need for medication, he was considered an endangered missing person. The case remains unsolved, and Harding's whereabouts are still unknown, likely somewhere in the Shenandoah Mountains. Number 6. a father and sons from Baltimore. In August 1962, a father and his two sons from Baltimore, Maryland, were unintentionally led astray in the Lewis Mountain campground of Shenandoah National Park. Being the smallest campground at the park at mile 57.5, Lewis Mountain is a popular choice for those seeking a secluded stay close to the park's other attractions. Upon learning of the family's disappearance, park rangers quickly organized a search party and spent the night searching for them. The following morning, a bloodhound was summoned to assist in the rescue, and it was taken to Lewis Mountain where it picked up the father's scent and followed a 2-mile trail. This eventually led the dog to a field, where the lost family was discovered. Despite the details remaining unknown, inexperience is a well-known cause of hikers getting lost. Number 5. Robert Bobby Ray Fitzgerald. On November 12, 2012, Bobby Fitzgerald went missing from Staunton, Virginia, only 17 miles away from Shenandoah National Park. The day before, he had gone on a 3-mile hike on Shenandoah Mountain and lost both his cell phone and shirt. It is believed that he returned to the mountain the day he disappeared to search for his phone on the Confederate Breastworks Trail, a 0.8-kilometer path along the top of the mountains. Despite an extensive search of the area, no clues were found and he has not been heard from since. His phone was later discovered by a hiker, and his car was found at the trailhead with a trail pack inside, suggesting that he may have been prepared to survive in the wilderness. Fitzgerald is the first person to go missing in Augusta County for more than 40 years and still not be located, dead or alive. His case remains unsolved. Number 4. Michael Hugh Camilletti. Camilletti was last seen on May 22, 2014 at his home in Stanardsville, Virginia, located 8 miles from the Shenandoah National Park. After the retired Army veteran had been reported missing on June 12, 2014, the West Virginia State Police discovered his car parked off Williams River Road, which is 257.5 kilometers away from the Shenandoah National Park. A note on the windshield of his car, left by Camilletti, suggested that he was planning to embark on a north-south trail hike in the Monongahela National Forest and return in 4 days. However, Camilletti has not been seen since. It is possible that he changed his plan and decided to hike back to Stanardsville. This could suggest that he is presently lost somewhere in the Shenandoah National Park. Number 3. Quinn Renard Woodfolk. In 1998, 11-year-old Quinn Woodfolk vanished from Charlottesville. The last sighting of him was at the Friendship Court Apartments, where he had been left alone. Upon his father's return, Quinn had already gone. It is thought that he left of his own volition rather than having been taken. The Center for Missing Children noted that there is not much information regarding this case. Taking DNA from Quinn's family, they hope to be able to identify his remains if they were ever found. Although Quinn would be 34 today, it is possible that he may have sought refuge at the Shenandoah National Park, which is 23 miles away from Charlottesville. Number 2. Earl Funk. Earl Funk, an experienced hunter and hiker, lived in Staunton, Virginia and went missing in Shenandoah National Park in 2008 despite being familiar with the area. Despite the fact that it was early October, the weather was quite cool with temperatures dropping to 40 degrees Fahrenheit, 4.4 degrees Celsius. During the 12-day search for Funk, several items were found, including his hat, machete, a boot, cigarettes, and a tent stake. An ATV was also located. After a search involving 150 people, Funk's body was found at the bottom of a 100-foot, 30.5-meter, rock face in the Cedar Mountain area of Browns Cove. It was later revealed that he had an undisclosed medical condition that impaired his ability. However, the narrative about how Funk died has been disputed, including by author David Paulides, who argues that Funk was not conscious when he went missing and was taken into the woods by something. Unfortunately, no additional evidence exists to support either of these claims. Number 1. Melissa Torgensen Robbins. On July 1, 2016, Melissa Robbins went missing in Waynesboro, Virginia, close to Shenandoah National Park. No news has been heard from her in the 6 weeks since, and foul play is not suspected, but the length of time that she has been gone is worrying. Since she vanished, there have been no major advances in her case. Melissa's family members, who live in California, commented that they still had not spoken to her a few months after she was gone. Police noted that Melissa was driving a gray 2013 Honda with a Virginia plate, and it is thought that she may have gone into the park and got lost while hiking, or something else may have happened to her. The temperatures when she disappeared were in the 80s F, high 20s C, so it is possible that she may have become overheated and passed out.